earn the same degree, the same diploma, the same certificate. So there's no difference. The degree is not written self-sponsored or government-sponsored, but that's Tharaka University degree. So we have programs here, right away from certificate, we have diplomas, we have degree, we have masters and PhD, where we enroll students in self-sponsored sessions. One thing I want to encourage you, there is a possibility that some of you may have come here to do a particular program. Say you came to do Bachelor of Education Science, but you don't qualify. Probably you are admitted in Education Arts because you didn't qualify the cluster points. You have an opportunity to still do Education Science, for instance, if you bear the basic minimum, because the basic minimum is a C+ in the teaching subjects, for instance. So you pay yourself for yourself, but what happens is that the overall fee for self-sponsored in our university is even lower than government-sponsored. How? People may be asking how. For instance, most of our bachelor's program here for self-sponsored, they pay 120,000 a year. I will give an example of BCom. But for government-sponsored is 183,000. Which one is cheaper? 120 and 183. So self-sponsored will pay 120. Now, this allows, and we have done so as a university. Not every university does this, but we also feel for a student who may want to do a self-sponsored program but may not have attained the cluster requirement by the KUSIPs, but basically meets the minimum requirement according to the university to do the program. So we encourage you to come there because you also qualify for loan. The HELP loan is given to self-sponsored students. Assuming your loan, your fee is 120,000 and you are given a loan of 50,000, the difference is only 70,000. You realize that at the end of it, you are in self-sponsored, but you are almost paying the same fee as the government-sponsored. So none of you should miss out of any program of your choice. You can still ask for possibility of whether you can join a self-sponsored program, and you will be allowed to do so. Also, interestingly, we give you what we call credit transfers. For example, some who may have come here for a diploma program, once you do your 1 year, and within 18 months, you'll be through. Then you graduate. When you go to a bachelor's program, we take you to second year. We waive you the whole of first year. Imagine if it's first year, then we are waiving you, for example, for the science-based or art-based program, we are waiving you almost 100 to 200,000 fee. So those are the incentives which are there. And also, our mode of study is very flexible. You are flexible, you can learn during the evenings, during the weekends. You can take Odell, you can take what we call part-time, where, for example, in a semester of 7 units, we can allow you to take a halfway, like 3 units. The only thing is that we allow you sufficient time. Instead of a 4-year program, you can even do up to 8 years. Because some of you may end up even getting jobs while you are still working, studying here. So if you get a job, you don't run away. We have an opportunity, you come through to the self-sponsored program. The last thing that I want to talk about is, whereas we are here as mostly the degree program students, because I know those who are here, you have your brothers and sisters at home who have secured a D, who have secured a C-. These brothers and sisters of yours, they qualify for our self-sponsored program. So encourage whoever has a D to come here and do a certificate course. Then we will fast track them. Within a very short time, they go to the diploma. And while they finish the diploma, even before you graduate, so long as you are our student and we have the results in, for example, you clear in May and the graduation is coming in December. In that May admission, we will allow you to start the degree. By the time you are graduating, you will be through with first year. So this is very interesting, and kindly, as our ambassadors, take this message home. Today, take your phone, call your parents, call your friends, your neighbors around at home, that in Tharaka, we have opportunities which can fast track our students who got D's, who got D+, who got C minuses, and they can finish quickly. Lastly, to emphasize on that, a student who joins now a diploma, for example, by next year, they will be finishing and graduating with their diploma by December. Those students, they will join the degree the following year, when most of you, the degree program students who have joined directly, you are in second year. But you know, these ones will not go to first year. So they will meet you in second year, and you will end up graduating at the same time. But we have loaded them heavily at the diploma level, and you find most of them, they perform well, they even get the first classes. So I want to encourage you kindly, when you finish your degree here, don't register elsewhere. Come here for a master's program, because that is the self-sponsored students category that we have also masters. Enroll here for your master's program. We help students to complete within the shortest time possible so that they move to the PhD and finish as quickly as possible. Thank you for accepting and choosing to come to Tharaka University. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Simeyo Justo, Director, Self-Sponsored Programs. Na tumesikia that even those friends there, your relatives with D pluses, C minuses, and even Ds, they can come here and finish in very good time. And the fees is so friendly. Nimesikia hivyo? Yes. So we have opportunities in Tharaka University. Let's appreciate him with Refactorio also, and the team that is working under that director. Mr. Want to go? Thank you. We are almost nearing to the end of this session, and I want to make a very important announcement for the afternoon. Na msikize vizuri tafadhali. This is about our venues where we will visit after we take our lunch. Faculty of Business. Those who have been admitted for Faculty of Business studies, you will be in TC1. TC means tuition complex, and most of us will be in the story building. Iko hapa tu. Hakuna building nyingine iko karibu. There will be another one, and I will give another group to go there. So TC1 hapo chini. Unaona hiyo building hapo chini, wale watu wa business mtakuwa hapo saa 8. Faculty of Education, we have a number. Mtakuja hapa kwa tent. Wale wameitiwa Faculty of Education na wako na registration number AMBT1 na AMBT5, you will be here in the tent hapa tukimaliza lunch. Then we have Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences. These are the ones with CBT1, hiyo inaanza na CBT, Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences. Na sisi tuko wengi, tutaenda kuna another story building known as tuition block. Na mimi nimetembea. Sawa sawa? Wala walikuja mapema, mmetembea upande ule chini kuna tuition block zimeandikwa CBT 1. Kuna basement, that's a conference hall. Tutakuwa huko together with the Professor Karuri and the team, who is the dean. For business studies, we'll be together with the Dr. James Nyambo, with the COD and the faculty staff members. Then we go to the third one, Faculty of Physical Sciences, Engineering and Technology, EPET. Hapo kuna computer science na basic sciences. Together with mtakuwa na Dr. Fidelis Gugi, who is the dean, and the COD. You will be in TC5. TC5 ni hapa kwa story building hapa. So wakati wa lunch you can go and just make a survey reconnaissance, you know where you be. Mtakuwa hapo. TC5. Faculty of Life Sciences and Natural Resources, with the Dean, Dr. Mariciano, and the COT, Miriam Wepukulu. Mtakuwa TC7. That's the same place. TC7 in the story building, that's the tuition complex, room 7. And Faculty of Health Sciences, which is actually housing even the office of the dean and even the faculty staff, Dr. Lucy Kinanu, you will be in TC8. TC8. And lastly but not the least, Faculty of Law, with Dr. Charles Murigi and the team, the faculty, you will be in TC9, the same building. So wale walimu watakuwa hapa na wale wengine wataenda huko ni Faculty of Social Sciences. Humanities and Social Sciences, huko STB1. STB1, the basement. It's a big conference hall. Before we break for lunch, we are also privileged to have this last session. And with us, to handle this session is Mr. Alan Chacha, the CEO, USPAC. USPAC means Universities and Colleges Students Peace Association of Kenya. Mr. Alan has interacted so many times with our student leaders. We have had meetings. He is a lawyer by profession, so he is the CEO working closely with the Ministry of Education. For higher education, the State Department of Higher Education, and we have met him severally. Actually, after he shares this, there will also be a session to do the launching of the Aman Garden, together with the student leaders, which is across the river. You will not be involved, all of you will not be there. And this one was supposed to have been done during the NEMA celebrations day, but because of the censure that was there, we agreed during the orientation it is going to be carried out. So after he shares this session, it will be done. So kindly I will request all of us to stand as we stretch ourselves about 45 minutes, but before 1, I will be done so that we'll go for lunch. Hebu tusimame tafadhali tujinyooshe. And then also kindly maybe at least the faculty members you will kindly leave at your pleasure. No problem with that, but we also love you to be around and to hear about this topic. The topic will be on national values, ethics, patriotism, and cohesion. So let's okay. So let's appreciate Mr. Alan Chacha with one clap. One, another. Karibu sana. Thank you so much. DJ. Tafadhali hebu tusimame na tafadhali tusiende. We are here for a short while. Tuimbe wimbo ni wetu. Tuimbe huo wimbo. Tuimbe tudance kidogo tu. Fanya hivi. Enjoy. So. Pale. Tunamjua nyimbo.
Thank you DJ. Tunaweza tukakaa.
Niko 87.
Asante sana. Before I can introduce myself, I want you to take 30 seconds just thinking about that song. Nini umejifunza? Ama umesikia nini? Naweza ukaniambia about the song.
What I have learned about the song is that Kenya is our beloved country, and it all costs we shouldn't forget this.
Thank you so much. Makofi kwa kimoja tu. Mtu mwingine, a lady hapa. Anything that you've learned about the song, don't be afraid. Every answer is correct. Volunteer. Yes, thank you so much.
Ukipenda Kenya ujitenge na mambo yote yenye kuvunja haki.
Makofi kwake. Sasa pale chini watuambie nini amejifunza kwa hiyo. And there's a reason. Any volunteer here? What you? Yes, thank you.
We should enhance patriotism. Tuipende Kenya.
Makofi kwake. Hapa hivi kitu umejifunza kwa hiyo nyimbo ama umesikia kwa hiyo nyimbo? Thank you.
Kenya is our lovely friend. We'll never leave Kenya behind.
Wow, tumpigie makofi. Sasa hapa hivi. A volunteer here. Somebody must volunteer ndio nitoke. Thank you.
Kenya is a country that has so many blessings.
Makofi kwake. Allow me to reintroduce myself properly. Yes, my name is Alan Chacha. I'm the CEO of USPAC. USPAC is Universities and Colleges Student Peace Association of Kenya. It's an umbrella organization that coordinates activities of students in institutions of higher learning from all the universities in the Republic of Kenya, all the TVETs, all the KMTC, all the TTC. But this is an organization that we started as student leaders. And I think this history is very important. And there is a reason why I was asking the first years to speak. When I joined university, I was one of the most, I couldn't be able to speak in front of people first year. Nilienda day class. Venye niliingia day class, studying law, nikaangalia the opportunity, nikascan the opportunity, nikaangalia kwamba I think I'm young and I needed to go to the evening class so that maybe I can meet working class. Just try to tap on the opportunities. So baadaye nikachange mimi nikaenda evening class. When nilienda evening class, because I think I was the youngest, I joined university when I was 16 years. Hao watu walikuwa wakinituma, of course my classmates walikuwa waliona I'm the youngest, then walikuwa mimi ndio wanatuma naenda na photocopy hizo notes. Mimi ndio wanatuma kimbia fanya hivi. But they knew that I was very afraid I could not be able to speak in front of people. With that, they were deliberately mentoring me because I think they were senior than me. And they saw a potential in me. So wakiendelea kunituma hivyo, na of course nilikuwa na wahi class sana na ensure nimeattend because me nisipoenda class nisikize mwalimu, I can hardly understand even if mwalimu atafundisha. So because of the punctuality, because I was the youngest, I was able to be sent, niende ni photocopy notes, nifanye kazi moja mbili tatu. They saw a need to give me a position in leadership. And the first position that they gave me was an assistant class representative. I think by that time walikuwa anaitwa deputy governor. When they gave me the position of the deputy governor, In fact, they impeached somebody, wakaniweka. Baada wameniweka as an assistant class representative. After I think 3 months, because I did very well, they were very happy. They again impeached the second person who was the governor, the class representative, and they put me there as their representative. I think that deserves applause. So mnipigie makofi. What does this teach us? Kwamba, as a first year, the spirit of volunteering is very important. Number two, sometimes you might not know the potential that you have, but somebody else can see. And also as a first year, don't be afraid of making mistakes as a young person. This is the only time you have, you can make a mistake and somebody will be very happy. Ama ni uongo dini? This is the time that you learn in the process. After that year, ilikuwa time ya kuvai for student election. The same class, actually they fundraised. I think muliona fundraising recently, even Akina Morara and the likes doing some fundraising. They did it for me to go and contest as a faculty representative, or faculty wa law, where I won unanimously as a faculty representative. And this is, remember, this is a young person who could not be able to stand in front of people, who could not be able to speak. The only value they saw in me was the spirit of volunteerism. Because I could be able to volunteer, I could be able to just go photocopy for them, do everything, and they were happy, and they saw the potential in me, and they committed to nurture me. After that, I think nikafika, after 1 year, nimeserve as a class, a faculty head. The same people. They again contributed and supported me strongly to go and contest for the student union. TUSA leadership, can you just wave? President, unaweza ukasimama tu, preso. To go and contest for the position of the president, the school that I was. And I can tell you, that was in 2015. 2015 ni wangapi mlikuwa class? Wangapi walikuwa university? Wangapi walikuwa high school? You were 3 years, 4 years, ndio? Ulikuwa miaka ngapi? Ulikuwa class 3. That was the time that, okay, so you can see. That is the time that I was elected as the student president. Again, the sad part in 2015 is the year that the Garissa incident, if you had issues of Garissa University, that is the time that student went and attacked one of the student, and I think even the Dusit one, kulikuwa na lecturer. Mwenye alienda wakaataka and they killed 147 students. Initially it was very difficult for a comrade to plan and harm another comrade. Dean will tell you during their time, you touch a comrade, you touch the entire community. It was a fact. Comrade peace. Sema peace. Comrade peace. Comrade power. Comrade achu. Aya, sisi tunasemanga comrade peace. Peace ikuje ya nguvu kabisa. Maana hiyo ndio inatawala. Comrade peace. During that 2016 Dean, that is the time that we saw a lot of high school students wakichoma dome. I think ndo inaitwa huko Kisii walichoma even 7 dormitories, if you remember very well. And that is the time that also in universities, a lot of strike were being witnessed. As student leaders and responsible people, we said, what do we need to do so that we can be able to provide a solution and not be the same people who are bringing chaos. So as student leaders, because I was the chair, the first thing that I did was to begin talking to other student leaders, and we started a campaign that was called Zero Radicalization Campaign. And there's a reason why I'm giving this history, because I can easily relate with you guys. This history is important because you can make a decision today, and it might help you. In the next few years, you'll be coming to stand here as the CEO. You'll be coming to stand here as the member of parliament, or anything else. After that, we did the campaign. We did it in Nairobi, we did it in Kisumu, Maseno, we did it in Coast, Tum, as student leaders. Then we sat and we were asking ourselves, what are some of the success stories? One of the success stories was that as young people, you are able to identify a problem and come up with the intervention, which was very successful. But now the idea about having a student, having the sustainability of what we had started, ikakuwa sasa ndio shida. Then with that, we went and approached the late cabinet secretary, Kaiseri, discussed with him. We went actually to the office of the executive office of the president, discussed with the leadership there and other leaders, just trying to talk to them that they can be able to register a student organization which will be run by the student and with the main objective of promoting peace. And that is how USPAC was born. As we speak right now, in this republic, we are the people who coordinates activities of all the students in institutions of higher learning. And I'm happy because the current leadership, we have trained student leaders as certified professional mediator, which they will be graduating during Mashujaa Day. You can just stand. Ulen is certified professional mediators. You can just stand the certified. We have trained them, and our intention is to annually be training all the student leaders as certified professional mediator to have the skills to dialogue and discuss with you. Because as a student leader, I can tell you, when you are campaigning is very different. When you've been elected is very different. Kuna sometimes you will have to, student will bring genuine issues. Kuna sometimes the management will bring genuine issues. And as a student leaders, you are the link between the two. You have to have the skills of negotiation and dialogue. And I think this one I'm speaking not only to the student leaders, but to everybody, even you as a person. And one of the commitments that we are giving as USPAC, Prezo plan will be able to bring expert who will then come and train your leadership. And the leadership is starting from TUSA to the class representative to the associations, so that we can train them on those skills. It's very important. That certificate is very costly. Umeona ni how much? Just to be trained is 50,000. But for us, we are ensuring that we are training you so that you become a good citizen. I'm also happy that among the students that we've trained, Tharaka County, the president is the one who is coordinating all the students in Tharaka County, and now they are going to have a conversation with the County Security Committee to discuss about the issues of the issues of youth peace and security in the county. And I'm 100% sure that I was discussing with the president, ananiambia saa hii kuna mambo ya mmekuja wengi, kuna mambo ya security, kuna mambo ya hostel. I think Prezo, you can be able to table that in the platform that you are now coordinating here. So thank you so much. That is just a brief, which I think is very important. As a young person, tap on that opportunity. University is the only place yenye sasa umekuja uko na freedom yako. You know, how you use the 24 hours that you have. Kila mtu akona 24 hours, ni kweli? How you use it will determine who you become. Kuna wengine mtaitumia vibaya, in the next 3 or 4 years, wengine watakuwa very big senior people, wengine labda hamtakuwa. So it depends with how you use that in your study, also in your free time, to tap on the opportunities that are there. My presentation today was to talk about national values, ethics, patriotism, and cohesion. And one of the things, as a comrade now, one of the difficult time is to stand between lunch and presentation. Comrade lunch. Sema lunch. Comrade lunch. Comrade peace. I will try as much as possible to be brief, but you must be able to understand the concept and the reason why we are talking. I believe I've talked about, I had prepared a PowerPoint presentation, but looking at the setup, I told the dean that it's not possible. So I will try as much as possible just to use whatever thing we have. Just a question. If Kenya was a person, how will you describe its character, the character of Kenya? Kenya ingekuwa ni binadamu. So unaona Kenya? Kenya ni nchi, ingekuwa ni binadamu, how will you describe it? Is Kenya an honest person? If Kenya was a person, will you describe that Kenya is very honest? How will you describe it?
I could describe Kenya as a good country, but maybe the leadership is what brings some, like, you cannot believe it, or rather trust it and then give them a day to eat. Yeah.
Thank you. Will you describe Kenya as united? Ingekuwa ni mtu. You will describe? Thank you. Will you also describe it as divided? Assuming. I know you have those answers. Will you describe it as a country with full potential? As a young person, are you happy to grow in this country and it has full potential? Whether the answer is no or yes, just know that you're the solution to all those answers. And Kenya depends on you to fully contribute for it to be united, for it to have full potential, for it to have good leadership, for it to have good governance, everything ni wewe. Mimi niliona, nikikuwa student niliona kwamba a student we needed to be at the lead to promote peace. Sindio? I started this organization and now it's one of the biggest youth-led organization, coordinating all the activities and impacting. Meaning it's very possible, even you as a young person, to come up with those initiatives that will change Tharaka as a university, that will change you as a person, that will change also Kenya. In my topic as to talk about national values, najua labda hata high school umesikia, umeinteract. What do you understand about national values? Okay, I'm going to define national values. You want to speak? Another person who can define national values? Ninaongelea about national value, ethics, principle of government, ethics. Somebody, all answers are correct. Utaniambia alafu nitakwambia sasa how you are supposed to define it. You want to try? You want to try? Huyo atakuja akuwe president wenu. So unaona vile ana volunteer?
Maybe from my own understanding, the values are the good things about that brings about the progress of something. Let's say the integrity, the dignity, and all responsibility all the way around those values. Yeah.
Tunampigia makofi mbili. Mbili. Moja. Mbili. Thank you so much. I think he has done very well. Hata karibia amemaliza. We are almost supposed to go for lunch. So, national values are defined as guiding principles that defines who we are and how we live together. Siniva amesema exactly. Sindio? These are principles that govern us, who we are and how we live together. And the examples, actually, these are defined in Article 10 of the Constitution. Kienda uangalie Constitution. Kwa wale ambao mje interact na Constitution as a university student, ensure that now you interact with it. Whether you are a lawyer or not a lawyer. Kuna point yenye wazazi wenu watakuwa wanawauliza, hii unaonaje? Si ndio? Almost everybody Kenya siku hizi ni mwanasheria. So ensure that you go look at Article 10 of the Constitution. It has a number of national values, which because of time I'll just mention. Then you can have, during your free time, you'll also interact with them. So the first one is integrity. I think you talked about it. Equality, human dignity, social justice, inclusiveness, rule of law, good governance. I think you talked about good governance. Why Kenya is good, but our leadership sometimes disappoints us. Voters ndio wanakosea. Today I could be a very good leader, but sometimes because I don't have money, you find that you are voting for the other person who has resources. Ndio kweli? By the 2027 will be a generational change. So ensure that you register as a young person, ensure that you vote wisely. Sindio? So that will be a generational change, and I'm sure that many young people will participate either as voters or as candidates. We have transparency, accountability, among others. Those are some of the examples of national values that we have, and kindly, when you have free time, interact with it. It's a very big topic, but it's very important for you to know it. In fact, after in your interview, in most cases, mkienda interview, you'll be asked about these national values. Ni kweli din. So ensure that mshike hizo vitu and you know them. Then I want to ask, during e-football, sijuzi imeisha tu hii CHAN, how did you feel when we won? How are you feeling as a person? How many people felt very happy tukishinda? How many people didn't feel anything? I strongly believe that one of the things that united us recently, hata hii football, si ni kweli? Tukiwa tuna watch football and our players wakishinda, that is something I was very happy when I was watching the TV. Ninaona so many young people are very happy as a country, you know, tukishinda. And that is what unites us. Example of national values now in the campus reality, in your context. I'll talk about integrity. Integrity, it means no shortcut. Many of you, one thing I will encourage is that usiende kuibia exam. Integrity means no shortcut in exam, even in relationship. Mimi nilipata bibi kwa bibi yangu ni classmate yangu. Hapo ndo nilionea nikaserve those papers and I fall in love. We are married and we are happily with 2 kids. Because where else will you get a relation? Where else will you start a very good relationship? But I don't mean that you start today. Dignity means respect. And this one, how do you speak to that person? For example, a cleaner wa hapa shuleni. How do you speak to that person? How do you speak maybe to your dean? How do you speak to your VC? How do you speak to your peers? That is very important. It defines who you are. Then I will also trigger your thinking to think about social justice, which means fairness. Standing with the marginalized. You might find that maybe, for example, kuna certain group that is even marginalized in the institution. Let me say even PWDs. How do you treat them? You know, how do you treat that other person mwenye maybe probably wewe you stand a better chance than the other person? Do you discriminate them? Those are some of the questions that you need to trigger your mind. And among all those things that I've mentioned, which national values do you think young people ignore most? I do not need an answer. I know you can, wewe mwenyewe unaweza ukaifikiria. Kuna a lot of national values that I've mentioned. Which one do you think as a young person, ama mostly young people ignore the most, and why? Hiyo ni homework. Ifikirie. Another thing that I was told by the institution to come and talk about is ethics. What is ethics? That one I'll need a definition. Mtu anisaidie kudefine ethics ni nini? Ethics ni nini? Ninajua class ni kubwa na hii topic ni nzuri na lunch iko kwa mapua yetu. But how can we define ethics? Any person there? Wewe ninajua uko na answer. Any person here? How to define ethics? Thank you. Tunaweza pata mic kingine?
Human ethics, moral values and behaviors that guide human behaviors. Values that guide human behaviors and decision making.
Thank you so much. Tharaka power. Tharaka power. Naona Tharaka wisdom. Unajua uzuri wa kukua comrade, you just repeat. Kenya ninasema unarudia. Nikisema Tharaka wisdom, unasema wisdom. Tharaka wisdom. Sio ni wisdom safi sana. Naomba tumpigie makofi. 2. 1 2. Naweza nikapata mic. Sawa. Mtu mmoja atanisaidia kupatiana hii. Any other person who want to try? I know you amepata. Definition ya ethics. By the way, hizi zenye ninawauliza mtazipata in your real life. In the interview. So ensure that you take them very serious. Ethics, mwenye anataka kudefine, any other person? Thank you. Yes sir. Unaweza ukasema jina hata tukujue alafu.
My name is Theodore Kiplabat. Ethics is some kind of moral values that it's more of psychological thing that people trying to actually know more about themselves and how you should actually react to other people and how you deal with the people in the society. I think it's more of the thing that the society needs right now. Ethical values and some of the values that are needed in the society. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Makofi kwake. Comrade Wisdom. Wisdom. Yes, tuko na wisdom mwingine pale. Women power. Power. Hii ni ya women peke yao. Women power. Lazima muongee. Mtuambie ethics ni nini?
Yes. My name is Theophilus, taking law. So, according to me, ethics are the principles that guide what is wrong or what is right in a community or country. For example, some of the ethics are integrity, respect, and accountability. So, when you respect each other, that is good ethics, and bad ethics is when there is disrespect. That is just an example. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Makofi kwake. And now I want a voice of the lady.
Hi.
Any lady? By the way, all those answers are correct. Very correct. Hatuna msichana au umepata?
Acha nitafute hapa. Wako hapa.
Asante.
Good afternoon. I'm Rhoda Matuku, pursuing Bachelor of Commerce. Ethics is just a word referring to set of values and principles which highlights how individual, group of individual and general society behave.
Thank you so much. Yes.
I'm Waweru Jane Wanjiru. Ethical code of behavior and principle that govern one what to do.
Makofi kwake. Asante sana. So unaona hata women wanaweza. Haya wa mwisho.
Good afternoon. I'm Victor Kiplagat from Meru. In simple way, you can just define ethics as a morality of an action.
Haya, asante sana. Makofi kwake. I think I may simplify and is very correct. Ethics is just doing the right thing when nobody, even when nobody is watching. If you know that you are doing the right thing, that is ethics. So, but if you know that you are doing the wrong thing because nobody is watching, that can never be ethics. So, ile kitu yoyote utafanya, kwa mfano kama unahitajika kukua class, lakini kwa sababu hakuna ambaye na mzazi wako hakuoni, you have a bad ethics. So ethics is doing the right thing even when nobody is watching. That is the simplest thing, the simplest way I can define it. But I can tell you for sure, all definitions that you've given are correct. So it's you to build on that ethics and do the right thing. Nobody need to counter, nobody need to check. In fact, this is the first freedom mnapata. High school mtu alikuwa akicheck, primary mtu alikuwa anaangalia. So ensure that you build your own ethics. I'll give an example. Leo, assuming ukienda lunch, ama ukitoka hapa upatane na simu, you just find a phone there. What will you do? Everybody ameenda, assuming si hata saa hii, kila mtu ameenda, lakini upatane na simu, ama achana hata na simu. Upatane na 5,000 hapo imekaa hapo. And nobody is there. Will you keep it? Will you take it? Will you try to find the owner? You have the answer. If the answer is that utachukua na unyamazie, is that a good ethics? Ukichukua ukipatana na simu uibe, is that a good ethics? What are some of the student life checklist, ethics checklist? One is academic honesty. Saa hii kila mtu ako na smartphone. Na kama kuna mwenye hana smartphone, in the next 2 weeks or 1 month, almost everybody ata save na ata kuchukua smartphone. Si ni kweli? Meaning we have access to internet. Plagiarism. Try as much as possible. Ukipewa kazi, you do it kutumia akili yako. So, you do it to the best of your ability. That is academic ethics. Siende huko unangojea mpaka imefika usiku sasa una Google unaweka plagiarism sijui nini. That is not academic ethics. In fact, hata utakumbuka after that, hata kama utapita, you will not remember that. And education is after everything that you've learned, ile sasa inabaki. Si ni kweli? So that is the first checklist for you as a student in terms of ethics. The second one is digital ethics. Everybody right now have access to smartphone. I've told you, angalia, mkianza tu class hivi, in the next 1 month, hata ule alikuwa na kamulika mwizi, atakuwa na smartphone. One of the things that you need to do and develop as a person, ensure that you build fact finding. Ukiona kitu hivi, don't post something before you do fact checking. Umeona tu kitu hivi, wewe ndio wewe unaichukua una post. Hiyo hauna nini. Utapost vitu zingine hata za uongo. You know. So ensure that you do thorough fact finding before you post anything. Then embrace privacy. Si kila kitu, especially personal life, haifai kuwekwa huko. So, as a young person, ensure that you build digital ethics. Very important in your personal life. Leadership ethics. And leadership starts from you as a person. Wale ambao mna hold office, maybe sasa hivi elect class representative, maybe elect something, maybe you want to go and vie for something. You must have some ethics. Usi-exploit the student. Student wamekupea pesa ya kwenda kufotokopy unakula yote. Mimi nilianza na kufotokopy. Napewa pesa na photocopy hao watu. Umechaguliwa student leadership. Pesa ya student leaders unachota yote. That one you don't have ethics. Also look at about the relationship ethics. I think that one I do not need to belabor. As a young person, you must be able to embrace it. Consent, respect, be truthful. Then financial ethics. Sasa hivi is the first time yenye labda unaachiwa pesa fulani ujitawale, unajua unaitumia aje. You must be able to plan. Budget. This week mimi per week nitakuwa natumia hivi. Nitakuwa na save pesa fulani. By the way, if you don't embrace the culture of saving, your ethics will be very bad, even if you'll be paid millions. If you don't start now, you'll have a very difficult time. Madeni. You know, one of the most difficult thing, leo unanipigia unaniambia nimekwama mahali fulani. Nikikutumia hiyo 500 ama 1000, wewe umerudishiwa ile pesa you do not want to pay. That is not a good ethics. Why is ethics very important? One, ethics is compounding trust. And once the trust is broken, it's very costly to build it. Si ni kweli? Leo nikijua wewe ni rafiki yangu, nimekukopesha hela, ama nimekukopesha pesa. I hope everybody understand Kiswahili and English. So if I've given you some money, I've lent you money and you don't return it you don't give it back to me. That means next time you might be in a problem and you really want me to help you, but sitakusaidia, si ndio? Tumeongelea about academic ethics. Umeenda umeibia exam, utakuwa expelled and many other things. So having your personal ethics is very important, and the earlier you begin building them is the most important thing. And that's why you find mtu anaweza kuwa kwa mfano mwizi. Anaweza akakuta tu mtu anakuja kwako anaiba hata maji. And this person can afford even to buy water. Ama anaiba simu ambayo hata iko cheaper than ile yake. Because ni character ameshai develop. So begin developing those personal ethics, have some values, and they will help you as a person. I'm trying to finish so that we can go for lunch, but niko karibu. Another topic that I wanted to talk about is patriotism. Nini unaelewa kuhusu patriotism? How can you define patriotism? Ule wa Mike anisaidie? Haya. Patriotism, definition of patriotism. Tumedefine very well national values, ethics. What is patriotism? Where is the mic? Tumsaidie student, you can help. Saidia pale yule. Pale chini. Hapo kwa kamera. Inua mkono akuone. Pale.
According to my understanding, I think ethic is feeling of love. That feeling of love. Yeah. No, I mean patriotism is feeling of loving one's country. Asanteni sana.
Thank you so much. Makofi kwake. Yes, huyo. Alafu tupata a lady.
Okay, good afternoon. According to my thoughts, being patriotic or patriotism is love towards your country.
Thank you so much. I think that definition is very clear. You can take one. Ulikuwa unataka kusema kitu?
Patriotism is the immense love and loyalty towards a particular country. For our case, Kenya.
Thank you so much. And I will not define that because they are correct. That is the definition ya patriotism. Upendo wako kwa nchi yako. Some of the act of patriotism, for example, leo Dini amesema after hii tunaenda kupanda miti. tunaenda, we are going to plant some tree, which Amani Garden. You can also volunteer and do that for your country. That is an act of patriotism. As a student, also ensure that at least once volunteer, find a community service, the one that you are not paid. That is patriotism. Protecting Kenya's reputation, your country reputation. That is an act of being patriotic, si ndio? Ukiona mtu anadharau nchi yako, anaongea in a way that is demeaning, you ensure that you protect it, among others. The last conversation, which is cohesion. Cohesion inamaanisha nini? Cohesion. That is the last one. I want to finish in the next 2 minutes. Nani anaongea to define cohesion? Thank you.
To be one.
Sorry?
To be one.
Oh, to be one. Thank you so much. Any other person? Yes.
It means being together.
Being together. Aya, huyo wa mwisho.
It means general love towards each other, as in mkono umoja, as in cohesion.
Yes, I think they are exactly correct, and all of them are right. Ni umoja, si ndio? So cohesion is unity in diversity. Umoja, si amesema hivyo? And I can give an example. It's choosing we instead of us versus them. For example, I say we have decided this. Si ndio? Instead of saying us we are this, them they are saying that. Si ndio? Si inaonyesha division. So it's just exactly the way you've defined ni umoja. And some of the things that you need to do as a young person to ensure that you maintain and build cohesion, one is avoid tribal blocks. I know many of you will begin making friendship based on the tribe, region, the place that you come from. That should not be the case. Ensure that you make friends from even other tribes. So, si eti wewe tu kwa sababu wewe ni tribe A, your friends want to be from tribe A. And during our time, Dean, I think ethnic association hizo clubs zilikuanga, but nowadays I don't think they are there, because university, as the name suggests, is supposed to be universal. It's the only place utapata all the 45 or 42 tribes in the same place, you know? And I think that is one of the beauty thing about young people. They are not very tribal. Maybe because of time, you will allow me to end there. And ask you that we've talked about 4 things. You know, we've talked about national values. Take your time, go through it. It's a very big topic, and we've just tried to summarize so that you can have the concept. We've talked about cohesion. You know, we've talked about patriotism. We've talked about ethics. Most importantly, I've also shared with you my personal story. As a first year who was very shy, to now a CEO of a very big organization. And I normally introduce myself that I'm a lawyer by profession, but as a peace actor by choice. Peace is sweet. Mimi nimewahi tumika na wanasiasa kumobilize, and I don't think it's very sweet. But I can tell you, mentoring, and that's why I mentor the young people, especially the student leadership, towards them being peaceful and ensuring that they have ethics and do the best. Because kesho wakisimama wanataka kura, report card zao ni yenyewe, si ndio? Nyinyi ndio mtasema prezo alikuwa mzuri ama alikuwa mbaya. So with that, allow me to end there and say that thank you so much. Ensure that I will share this with the Dean of Student so that then he will also share with you. You go through it, take time, learn these 3 things or 4 things that I've talked about. And asante sana Dean, God bless you.
Thank you very much. Can we have an applause for wakili Alan Chacha? Moja tumpatie, hebu tusimame tafadhali kwa sababu tunataka kwenda sasa lunch. Tusimame, na nyinyi ni watu wa maana kabisa. Nyinyi ni watu wa maana. You have tarried up to this moment. Kuna wengine wameenda. But let me say this, it is important to tarry up to the last minute. That's why I'm saying that nyinyi ni watu wa maana kabisa, because we need the resilience. So we give a 3 factorial to our facilitator. Want to go? Okay, tuketi dakika moja. Na kuna kitu unajua tumekuja university. Let me say this, and actually there is that principle that basically we don't even operate according to feelings. We don't, because you must be objective. For those that I teach in educational psychology, of course, according to Sigmund Freud, najua nistaki kuongeza about what you call the personality, the structure of personality. There is what you call the id, the ego, and the superego. The id seeks immediate gratification. You see, you may be feeling tired and you want to go, but you can operate on the highest level, which will involve ethics that says, no, let's wait, because the speaker who is there, you can just wait. You can just wait, and it is immoral, it is unethical to leave a speaker ministering. Unajua wale kuna wale wameenda, lakini si kwenu, sitaki kuongea hiyo kwa sababu ya time. Thank you very much. Dean wa faculty ya law alienda. There was an announcement that was supposed to be made that those who are taking law to be left behind tukimaliza hapa. Kuna kitu anataka kusema because you are to bring something. But maybe it can also be communicated within. Oh, he is around. Daktari unajua. Okay, karibu hapa hivi useme announcement ya wale wanasomea uwakili. Now, I believe you have gotten this place. You will give you ni sangapi, will give you 1 hour 20 minutes for lunch. Sawa. Ili tu that wale wanafanya education walimu mtakuja hapa. Na wale wa physical the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, you will go to STB1. That is our other story building, further ed, inaitwa science block. Na wengine wote tutakuwa hapa kwa tuition complex. And I have said that for those who are taking Faculty of Business, there will be labels. You'll go to TC1. Those who will be taking Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, those who are there, you'll go to STB1, basement. Faculty of Physical Sciences, Engineering and Technology, TC5. Faculty of Life Sciences and Natural Resource Management, TC7. Faculty of Health Sciences, TC8. And Faculty of Law, TC9. Make the announcement, guy.
Thank you, sir. This announcement, please, goes to all the law students that are within. Before we meet at TC9, I want to request that all the law students, please, you take down this email. You are going to send your transcripts that as the grade, your grade, to this email as you come, because we need it through the email. That could be you could have access to it maybe from your portal, or if you have it, you can also get the assistance from the admission of. But we need that to be sent to the email that I'm giving you now.
Please, if you are here, note this email and meet as we get to meet at C9. This is the email: charles.murigi@tharaka.ac.ke. charles.murigi@tharaka.ac.ke. We need that from everyone. Tafadhali. Thank you and God bless you.
Still, I believe that one can be posted in the WhatsApp group for the law students. It can be posted there. Ningeomba mwanafunzi mmoja akuja hapa akitoa vote of thanks na aombe for lunch, and thank you very much. We'll not be meeting here, but for tomorrow, let's be here. Very important, there will be very important announcement to be made concerning those who want to do inter-program, inter-faculty transfers. That's when we'll be making those announcements tomorrow in the morning. We'll also have officers from University FAD, mambo ya scholarships, tupate vizuri what will be happening. Na mambo ya kasdo pia, wale wangependa kufanya some professional courses when you are still around pursuing your degree course. This is very important for you. So, uta vote of thanks, maybe a feedback, and then you pray. Tuambie jina yako.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, I go by the name Wedi Nteru. Of course, I'm a comrade at Tharaka University. I'm here to pursue bachelor's of law. Let me say it's a great opportunity to stand here to give a vote of thanks to the administration staff. First thing, let me say thanks to the Almighty for giving us such a great day. It's all by His grace that we are here, the gift of life, the conducive environment, and even such great team to talk to us. Secondly, I want to thank the speakers of today and also the guests for your time, the valuable time that you have given unto us. You are enlightening, inspiring, and as well as informative insight to us as your sons, daughters, and the most important, as your students. Thirdly, I would like also to thank the organizing committee of this event and even the support staff for making this great day become a success up to this juncture. As I conclude, I will also applaud all of you, my fellow comrades, for your active engagement and also enthusiasm and also timely presence to be at this great event. As I conclude, I'll say that for sure outside, many people may think that Tharaka University is a university that is not good based on the climate that is around. But actually, I've come to realize that is a different vibe out here. This is a good institution that each and every one of us can grow, not only academically, but even in divine matters. So as I sum it, I'm going to give you just a quote that none of us is better than all of us. I pardon again, none of us is better than all of us. So thank you so much. I'll request all of you to be on your feet so that we are going to pray as we disperse. Okay, let's bow our heads for a word of prayer. Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, we are here before you, humbled before you, mighty King, because of this great, brilliant day you have given us, and even for helping everything, God Almighty, to go as planned, up to now that we are everlasting, God, at this juncture. As we are now dispersing, we want to dedicate it and everyone who has engaged themselves in this event, making it a success unto you. May you bless them, Father, because you are the Lord of all the blessings. May you shield them, impart them with more wisdom, and let your grace carry them in everything that they do. We also pray, Father, may you bless us as the comrades study. Let your power and your grace be with us, that in everything we are doing, everlasting God, along and across this institution may be of grace and may be of excellence. As we depart for lunch, we dedicate all the activities that we are going to do ahead unto you. May you govern everything. May you take control of everything, because Jesus, everything that you begin, you must take it to completion in a great and successful way. We bless your name, God. We honor you. In Jesus' mighty name, we pray and believe. Amen. Thank you.
Yeah, we can go for our lunch, and those will be able to eat fast, and at 2 you can accompany us as we plant a few trees in the Aman Garden that is across the river, just a few of us before you engage with the faculties. Wale mtakuwa hapa saa 8 for about 15 minutes. You can accompany us across the river, the other side of the farm. We'll be planting our trees.
Then bring those attendance sheet here. Those attendance sheet to show that you are here. Those are evidence based. So let the sheet tafadhali wote hapa. Do be well. Attendance sheet. Make sure. Don't do that.
When pale umeitiwa course, then later tomorrow you make an announcement how you are going to go about it. Mwende pale umeitwa.